guys, welcome to my channel. If you're just joining, welcome. So I'm gonna be doing a video on how to make this pinafore blouse. So let's get straight to it. So once you get your basic bodies ready, this is me just confirming the measurements here. I used a bust 41 divided by 4, that was 10.2, and then a waist of 36, which divided by 4 is 9. So I went ahead to mark out my dart, which is the distance between the nipple points. That was what I got, which was 4. So I marked out 4, and then from the original shoulder I removed 1 inch out from the original shoulder. Then I went ahead to connect it back, connect the 4-inch point to the 1 inch that I removed from the shoulder, so it would look sort of a slanted line like this. Yeah, so you can actually be flexible with how deep you want your pinafore to be. Maybe if you want it to be smaller around the waist, you can use 3.5 or 3, depends on your nipple distance actually, or you can use your waist divided by 8 too. That actually works. But basically I just work with my nipple distance, my dart's line. That's how I got these 4 inches on the waistline. So yeah, I'll go ahead and cut the pattern out. Also for my neck measurements, I use a width of 3 inches by 1 inches for the back, and then for the front I use 3 inches by 3 inches. So this is me going ahead to reduce 1 inch out, because I was thinking of adding a 1 inch band allowance. That's the connection between the peplum and the pinafore. That's the upper part. I was thinking of using a 1 inch band, but I think I later changed it and I reduced it by 2 inches. So please take note. But it depends. If you want your band to be as big as 3 inches, 4 inches, it's all your choice. It all boils down back to what you want and what you want to be working with. So I then went ahead to transfer my already made pattern to the fabric to get the back. Please note that the back doesn't have any opening. Your back bodies will not have any opening, any zip allowance opening or anything, so it's just going to be closed. So I went to pin it to hold it down, and then went ahead to mark ½ inch on every side, ½ inch on every side of my fabric. Marked ½ inch on every side. Please, if you're watching this video and you have a question, kindly leave a comment in the comment section, and don't forget to like and share my video. I'll be so grateful if you do that for me here. Thank you. So I went ahead to transfer ½ inch measurement on every side of the back. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the front. So first of all, went ahead to deepen the pattern paper, the neck around the pattern paper, so I could get the front neckline, because I can't use the 1 inch for the front. So I went ahead to deepen the front neckline. Now if you notice, I placed it on an open edge, like the fabric is opened because the front is going to be opened, like it's not going to have any closed edge. So I went ahead to pin down my pattern paper and went ahead to mark ½ inch on all the sides as well. So mark your ½ inch, ½ inch, ½ inch, ½ inch, and then connect. Please do well to subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot. If you found this video helpful in any way or the other, please do well to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate. Thank you. So yeah, I went ahead to trace out, and then I went ahead to cut out the front bodies. Cut out the front pattern. So yeah, this is what our front pattern looks like. So we'll cut the side out. So yeah, I'm going to cut everything out. So this is what the front and the back body should look like when you are done cutting. So now we're going to go ahead and cut the 720 degrees flay or 720 degrees peplum. So here's the little mathematics. If you're a tailor, you know that we do mathematics, right? So our waist circumference is just simply pi r squared, which we have our waist to be 36, which is the round circumference. So we're going to divide it by 6.28 to get our radius, which the radius is what we use to determine the wideness of the cone, the flay. I'll probably take out time to do a proper explanation on the whole circle thing. If you do not understand, please let me know. But yeah, I just went basically to divide my waist by 6.28 and then further divided it again. So we have waist 6.2. Remember that 6.2 is going to give us a 360 degrees, and we want to do a 720 degrees, which is twice of 360 degrees. So yeah, so after getting my 360 degrees, I will now further divide to get my 720 degrees. So what I do is that when I divide it, like I got 5.7, right? I'm not even sure anymore. So after dividing, when I got what I got, I now divided it by 2 to still cut a 360. So the mouth of the cone now it becomes smaller. So we'll now get to duplicate the flay, right? I don't know if you understand. It's just like having 3. Like let's say your radius is 3, you would end up doing 1.5 in 2 places. Do you get? So yeah, this is me folding my flay. Usually your 360 flay is in 8 parts. So as a tailor, you know that 8 parts doesn't mean there's going to be 8 different pieces. It just means that your folds should have about 8 different parts. So we have the first, the second, the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh, and the eighth, like this. Yeah, this is it. So the first, then the second, then the third, then the fourth. Then altogether it's going to give you 8 pieces, while your 180 degree circle is 4 parts. So take note of that. So now at the end of the day, we have 16 parts because we are working with 720 degrees flay. Are you getting me? Are you following? So yeah, I'll go ahead and mark the circumference round, and I think it was 2.7. Right. So I'll take my chalk and mark all of that out. And also note that to get the length of your circle, you subtract the full length from the half bodies to get the length you're going to be working with. You subtract the full length. So if my blouse length is 25, I'm going to subtract, and my half length is 16. I'm going to take out 16 from this 25 to get the length of the blouse, of the flay. Okay, so here I went ahead to mark the round circle for the flay length, and this is what I have here, and I went ahead to cut. So after cutting, I'll go ahead and duplicate it. Remember, it's a 720 degrees peplum, so I have to duplicate it. Sorry for the noise. I'm actually in my shop and it faces the road, so vehicles are moving around. Sorry for the noise if it's disturbing you in any way. So this is me duplicating my flay. I just placed it, since I cut the peplum well, I just placed it on the fabric and traced it out. So you can go ahead and add like half inch for your joining allowance, because we're going to be joining it. But if you have any little excess already on your peplum, then no need. But if you go exactly the waist circumference for the clothes you are sewing, please go ahead and add half inch on both sides of one of the peplums, so that you can just join it together with ease. Okay, so this is what the flay looks like. It is coning, right? It is for giving us that cone shape that we need, right? So I'm going to go ahead and split the edge of one of each of the sides. So I went ahead to split the edge. Yeah, this is the skirt. If you want, I think I have a full video on a skirt tutorial on my channel. Please do well to watch it if you want to know how to cut a pencil skirt. So we are pairing that pinafore blouse with a skirt, and this is a client order, so it wasn't my outfit or anything. So I'll be working with this hard collar gum for the interfacing for the peplum, and then I'll be putting the hairstay on the body of the blouse, just to give it that nice feel and thickness and weight, and for the collar gum to give it that standing ovation kind of thing. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and cut out the interface, and then also cut out, you can actually use any interfacing of your choice, please, and you can decide not to use any interfacing as well. And then if you want to do a two-faced peplum, you can just go ahead and replace the lining that I used here with a different Ankara. So it's the same process, it's just the same process. Yeah, it's exactly the same process. So you can decide to use a different Ankara if you want it to be two-faced. But me, I went ahead to use a lining because my clients didn't want to use a two-faced method. So I went ahead to sew the shoulders of both the lining and the fabric, the main fabric. I went ahead to sew my shoulders down on both sides. Hi soulmates, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Do well to leave a comment. I will really look forward to reading your comments, and also please do well to like and share with your friends, and let me know if this video was helpful at all to you. Thank you. So I've gone ahead to join my shoulder. So the next thing I'm going to do is join the shoulders for the lining while I trim off the excesses from my hairstay. That's from the interfacing I used. I'm trimming off the excesses on it. So this is my lining. I'm just going to do the same thing that I said. I'm going to... Oh yeah, that's my little man. Disturbing mommy as usual. So yeah, I'm joining the shoulders of my lining. I'm joining the shoulders of both sides. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn the neck of my fabric with my lining. I'll go ahead and sew the neck round. So when I sew the neck round, I'll give it a notch. I'll give it a good notch. When I sew the neck round, I'll just give it a good notch. Then I'll give it a good notch, and then go ahead and sew the sides as well. I'll sew the front, I'll sew the sides, and then I'll turn everything out. So I went ahead to notch the neck of my blouse or my pinafore or the upper bodies, anyone you want to call it. Then I went ahead to sew the sides. So I went to stitch the sides and then the other side and then the front. So now, like I was saying, I said you can actually use this as a two-way pinafore. The difference is that you can use any fabric instead of a lining to do your to act as the lining. So that's why I did here. But me, I used the lining because based on my client's preference, sorry. So yeah, I went ahead to sew. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you so much for always dropping by. If you're new, welcome. I promise that I will try and keep my contents coming up every time. So yeah, this is me closing up the front. I'm I went ahead to notch the front part of it so that it can lie down and sleep very well. So that when I turn it over, it will be flat on the surface. And with the help of the iron, of course, it will make everything well. So I went to push everything all out. So this is me pushing everything out. And then for the flay, before turning my flay, I went to give it that C-cut. So this is me giving that C-cut, cutting it out. Then I'll do the same for the lining. Then start sewing it on each other. So this is what we have here. And I give that a good notch as well, but you can go ahead and press it if you are using a lining. The stay I used there was really thick, so I just went ahead to just nudge it and then I ironed it. Now for the band, I ended up using a 2-inch band. So don't forget, whatever you're using for your upper bodies, if you're going to attach a band, then if you're going to attach a 2-inch band, you have to remove the 2-inch band. So now I interfaced only to the waist area, like to the waist, the length of the waist on my peplum. So I didn't interface everywhere because I used a hard band, a hard interfacing for the band. And then also if you're using a hasty from beginning to end here, that can work. And it's not a two-way peplum, it's a one-way. So I used the hard stay for only the part that will be in front, which was the Ankara. So then I now left a mark for where I would connect my flay. So I went ahead to sew the sides to where the interfacing started from, and sew the other sides too to where the interfacing started from. So I was left with the middle where I was going to connect my peplum with the band, like attach the peplum to the band. So this is what it looks like. I hope I'm not confusing anyone. You can still go ahead and join the band first before you sew everywhere around, but I actually sewed everywhere around first, then left that space to connect my peplum to the band. And now this is what it looks like. So this is me. I was trying to pin it down so that I will just run a stitch on it. And I was trying to pin it down. So after doing that, I went back to I was actually struggling here because the peplum was just kicking up and acting up. But I actually went back to now connect the sewing, so you can see that the fabric without the interfacing is on the other hand, while the part with the interfacing is facing the Ankara part, which is not the lining. Please take notes. So this is what it looks like here. So take notes, please. So I went ahead to join it. Okay, that was a quick one. I had to attend to my baby. So I went ahead to join the band to the peplum first, and I was done here. I had to go ahead and create a notch and then go and iron it flat, very flat. This is what it should look like. Then on this other hand, I went in by half inch on both sides, because we're going to join the remaining parts now like this. We're going to join the remaining parts now to the upper bodies of this cloth. So I went ahead to iron half inch down. I went to iron half inch flat down. And please note that the back of your peplum, like the middle of the peplum now, especially where you joined, if your peplum was equal, if your cutting was equal, where your connection is should be the back. So you will now find the back too, that's the midpoint of your back bodies, and pin it or create a chalk or anything you know that you would use to align it properly. You pin it straight down to your peplum. You can use a chalk so that you get a straight line. You connect from the band up to the peplum side. So you fix your back pinafore there. Then for the front pinafore, you'll be using the beginning of your peplum as a guideline. The beginning of your peplum is where the upper bodies of your pinafore will be lying. So you can use a chalk too to help you know the exact points to fix it up in, so that you don't make any mistake. Okay, so when you fix it in, please ensure to pin it down like what I'm doing here. Ensure to pin it. So just ensure to pin it down. Ensure to pin it. This is going to be a very tricky part, but I trust you're going to do it well. So just ensure to pin it properly so that you don't make any mistakes at the end of the day. Use your chalk, use your pin. So when you pin it down, you go ahead and now match all around. And that is the end of this video. That's the end. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you learned a thing or two. I hope that the video was clear enough and I explained it properly. And if there's anything you would love for me to teach, to post on here, please do let me know. I would really appreciate it, and I would try my best to do it, make a tutorial on it. I would also appreciate if you share the videos with your fellow tailor friends. I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and then like and share and leave a comment in the comment section to really help me. Thank you. Okay, I was still struggling to get it right too. Yeah, so it took me a while to actually get everything nicely pinned up here. So that's why I said take your time. This is like the most important part here. So take your time and pin it all nice and good. Take your time, pin it all nice and good. And please note, when you're pushing in your upper body, please not more than half an inch is going inside. Be sure that not more than half an inch goes inside. Be very sure that not more than half an inch goes inside. I just thought to add that part. So I went ahead to close up now, to close up the remaining parts that was left. I went ahead to close it up after nicely pinning them together. I now went to close up. Please don't forget to like, to share, to comment, to subscribe to my channel. I'll be so grateful. Thank you. And then I'm sorry that some parts of my videos were sort of vertical. That's because I wasn't using my phone holder. I was using the help of someone. So I guess at some point she was forgetting to place it right. So yeah, this is what our tutorial looks like. This is what it looks like. This is my younger sister. And this is the finished work. This is the finished look of our pinafore peplum. Do let me know if you tried this video. I'd love to see your own outcome. So thank you. Bye.